All right. So the first thing I see when I get home is the leak sparring between Devin Haney and Tank Davis. My thing is this. This was from when they were very young. This was from when Devin Haney was, 17. Tank was younger too, maybe around 19, somewhere around there. Maybe older, but this is when they were really young in their careers. And you only see highlights of Tank landing punches, which is cool because I'm not doubting that he had his moments. Obviously, you could see that. But they didn't show, the full sparring. They didn't show the full end of everything. And there has been rumors that that Devin Haney also stopped Tank later on during that sparring session due to him being tired of not being truly in shape, So, with that being said, I think this is throwing a lot of confusion and just diversion within within his fight versus Ryan Garcia. I think in even later times in life, even Tank has said in a couple of interviews that Devin Haney wouldn't be an easy fight for him. Like somebody of his style would actually be like a hard fight for him. And this came out of his mouth. This is years later after this sparring. This is obviously coming out of the horse's mouth. So I'm just saying, like, even he can acknowledge that at this point, he knows Devin Haney is not an easy opponent. So I'm just saying, like, I think we letting the narrative of this sparring get out of hand for it's just old sparring footage, and that's all it should ever be. Excuse me. Now, when it comes to Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, as far as who I think is going to win, I honestly believe it's going to be Devin Haney. I mean, Ryan Garcia doesn't look overly confident in himself going into this fight. He didn't look the best in his last fight, and many times out of his mouth he has said that Haney is his toughest fight, and he don't know if he can win that fight a couple times. This came out of Ryan's mouth. I don't know if Golden Boy forced him to do this fight because there was literally nothing else for him to take. I don't know if that's how this went. But I honestly do think that this is going to be another loss for Ryan Garcia. I don't think he's refined his style enough to beat Devin Haney. It's too predictable. Even in his last fight, he had a little bit of trouble with the guy that he was fighting until he eventually stopped him, catching him with a nice counter hook. But at the end of the day, like, he didn't dominate. Like, he didn't show, like, complete, utter domination. And this guy wasn't, like, a world-class beater or anything like that. And Ryan Garcia was pulling out this weird and crazy version of Philly shit or whatever like that. So, all I'm saying is this. I think this fight is actually going to be easier than his fight with Regis Prograis. I did think Regis Prograis had the power, but I thought that he brought a little bit more to the table than Ryan Garcia as far as, his looks and his style and how he fights compared to Ryan Garcia. Like, on a style-to-style level, I think that Regis Prograis was an actually harder opponent and that he's probably going to blow right through Ryan Garcia. And it's not that Ryan Garcia is a bad, boxer or anything. I just think he's not on the level of Devin Haney yet. So how I see it happening is Haney might even get the stoppage low-key. I think he can put enough he can put enough shots together to probably, you know, stop Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia doesn't have the best defense. And once he fights somebody who unravels his style, I think he gonna get touched a lot. And I think that, you know, I think that possibly Devin Haney could stop him on a TKO, like stop him on some technical stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, I am happy that the fight's here, but it's cool. But I fear that Ryan Garcia is this is gonna be his last big, moment. Because to be honest with you, I think it was too soon for him to fight Devin Haney. I do think he should have fought Rolly Romero. I thought that was a better fight than this fight. I thought that would have produced a little bit more, even if he fought the guy Rolly Romero's fighting. I forgot his name, but yeah. But actually, let me see if I can get the names right. Let's go to the box, right? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I really do think that that was a more winnable fight for Ryan Garcia, which would have been Rolly Romero. I think that this is gonna be a big, blow to him if he loses this fight. I understand that, he's been stepping up and making these fights, but it is also going to show that he doesn't show up when the moment's there, and he's not going to get that call into the moment. You know what I mean? So yeah, Isaac Cruz. I think it would have been better against Isaac Cruz, but yeah, that's my thing as far as it. I think this is the wrong opponent for Ryan Garcia to fight at the moment, and so that's why I think Devin Haney is gonna unravel him during this fight, unless he shows something new, that we really haven't seen, a new side of him. But I doubt it. Even in the press conference, he looked kind of off. He did mention that he drinks and he smokes. And, at the end of the day, being a boxer, hey, I like to drink and smoke, but at the end of the day, when you decide to be a boxer, you have to live a very, very disciplined life that cuts out that nonsense, because you put your life on the line when you step in that ring, and I guess it's just a determination of how much you care. I get it, weed's legal. But if it's going to stop you from your ultimate goal being the best, I mean, you probably would stop it. But at the end of the day, that's him. That's his life. But all I'm saying is this, I think that undisciplined and his mentalness and his mental fortitude of where he's at mentally is ultimately going to play a big part in that fight. I do think that Devin Haney is just a better boxer overall than Ryan Garcia in every way. And maybe the speed category, but I think with timing, he'll lock that down anyway. Just like Tank was. Tank was able to lock down that speed because all he really was doing anyway was throwing the left hand. That's the only thing that he threw with any real intensity to knock out anybody is the left hand. Because other than that, he kind of a one-trick pony in a sense, So yeah, I do see Devin Haney winning this fight easier than what he did with his program. Unless Ryan Garcia shows like some sort of newfound mental toughness or whatever like that, or just a different look than what he's been showing. I just don't see him winning this fight. I don't think he has what it takes to beat Haney. Me personally. Yeah. So we'll see. Obviously, who, if by some, thing that he managed to win. I mean, I would like to see the winner of this, regardless, go against the winner of Rolly Romero versus Isaac Cruz. I do want to see the winner of this go against that. I think that would just be the next logical step. It would be great for whoever wins this fight, even though I think Haney is going to win. I mean, let's say if Ryan Garcia does win, it still would be a good fight. But I just think he doesn't have a chance. And other than that, like I said, at the end of the day, I just think that we let this whole narrative of this sparring get too ahead of ourselves, and it's not relevant as much, now as it was back then. It's just not as relevant. Them who they are now can easily beat them who they were then, most likely. So yeah. So either way, that's all I had to say about it. Just want to throw my 2 cents in. I've been working, so I've been watching boxing. Also, I guess on just a quick thing to add on to that. I mean, we do got this fight with Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu. And to be honest with you, like, I like Keith Thurman, but I don't think this fight is... He could win this fight. I'm not saying he can't. I think he fought at 154 one time. But other than that, like, I just don't see him. Tim Tszyu's on a run right now. He's on a roll. Keith Thurman is just coming off of a layoff. And he didn't fight the most elite person in Mario Barrios in his last fight. And Tim Tszyu, destroyed his last opponent. So I honestly believe that the momentum is in Tim Tszyu's favor right now. I think Keith Thurman, maybe a couple of years ago, probably would have had a chance to beat Tim Tszyu. I just think now with the layoff and him moving up to this new weight that he hasn't fought at for years is going to take a toll. And at this point, it's like, I just see him getting stopped, to be completely honest with you. I do see Tim Tszyu stopping Keith Thurman. Maybe in the 5th or 6th round. Obviously, Keith Thurman is going to, try to be on his bicycle. We know he can box on the move, but I do think Tim Tszyu will cut off that distance and try to land some vicious shots, body shots early to really get Keith Thurman out of there, to be completely honest with you. And this is coming from, heavier punches than the welterweights. This is like a junior middleweight hitting you. So it's going to be a lot different of damage than what he's normally hit with. Yeah. So I just wanted to add that in there too, because I don't really see that as like a major fight to give a big video to, because I feel like that's a foregone conclusion. But yeah, anyway, that's all. That's my thoughts on boxing at the moment, my predictions and everything like that. Other than that, y'all enjoy your day, night, evening, whatever like that.